A sniper with stealth? High res, why? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Raynday Gaming. Today we'll be talking about the brand new champion to be introduced in patch OB58, and yes, that is a sniper. And that is a sniper who has toggleable stealth. You could say that he also has a flashbang as well. So if you really look at it, he's an invisible flasher, which is not a good thing. Of course, if you're playing against it, that's not a good thing. But if you're playing as it, Strix, the new champion to join the picture, it's going to be an exciting matchup for you guys. I can't wait to talk to you a little bit about Strix's abilities, give you the general rundown of what this champion's going to bring, not only at a casual, but at a high level. For those of you playing Rank 2.0, you can see and expect kind of where he's going to fit in, what his role is going to be, and of course, as a sniper, if he's going to reach that level of viability that oftentimes we see not the invisible champions like Skyreach and not the sniper champions like Kinessa really reach consistently. To start things off, Strix is clearly a kind of dug-in woodsman type dude, right? And with that, he carries the first weapon that is a powerful scoped sniper, but also it's a bolt action sniper. That's the big difference here. If you play Kinessa and you play Strix, you're going to feel very differently when you shoot your weapon. It's not going to be that same type of fluidity. It's going to have a lot bigger punch, pause, punch, pause, and that's what makes this rifle so powerful. It does a 1300 damage shot every second, and the other cool thing about it is you could also switch to another weapon. That's right, we'll talk about that in just a second, but he doesn't just bring one weapon, he brings two into the realm. It's pretty insane. Obviously, the sniper is going to give him a lot of range, and because of the fact that he's going to have opportunities to stealth himself, move around very undetected in the battlefield, this is going to be a very big game changer. We often see Shaolin with the withdraw legendary just burst people down with 1300 damage that they don't expect after using that huge withdraw. Now Strix is going to have that no matter what. The burst, the surprise, that's what his element is going to be in the game. Strix's goal is to be like a cat stalking its prey up high on the trees of the jungle, waiting for the perfect moment to leap down and strike. But of course, if you can't always fight from a distance, well, Strix has an answer for that too. He is the only champion in Paladins to truly have two different weapons. Although Kinessa can scope in and fire long-range sniper shots with her carbine and then kind of back out and use that weapon differently and fire different actual weapon shots, it is not a completely unique weapon, and that is what Strix does. He actually swaps out his sniper for a sidearm pistol, and this pistol is semi-automatic, which means that it doesn't just fire when you hold down left mouse button. You got to click this thing. Every single time you click, that's how much it's going to fire. So a totally new firing experience for Paladins. This guy is bringing a lot of uniqueness to the realm thus far. The pistol does some serious damage, and there are some legendaries that can account for actually increasing your damage based on hitting someone else with your long scope and then having to turn around and fight them with their pistol. This is good for flankers who you see coming but can't quite finish them off. You've hit them once, you've gotten them low, and now your pistol will do a percentage more damage so that you can finish them off a little bit easier. It's going to take a second for players to get used to this, but when you do, it's going to be a very valuable asset to your team. And there's probably a few builds people will run when they troll around in the game and just use this pistol. They're just going to flank in stealth and just try to pistol whip you, and I honestly think it might work sometimes. Now, the way this champion works is when you have the bolt action sniper rifle equipped, you're going to be able to use your right click to scope through, and that'll actually extend you, give you 100% accuracy, whereas if you don't and you just try and shoot from your hip essentially with that bolt action sniper, it's going to be wildly inaccurate. However, I have tested in my games that if you run up really close to somebody, it will most likely be able to hit them. So if you get close to a Ruckus or Torvald and kind of just stand in their face like a hipfire Victor, you'll probably be able to get the damage off without scoping. But the right click doesn't have a scope. No, it's got something even better. In fact, even cooler, it's actually a flare. Strix fires out a flare from his sidearm and actually reveals enemies in a large radius, just like a flare would do. This is fantastic for a sniper because it's essentially the reveal you need to know when someone's going to peek out of a corner or who's coming down to chase you. Fired into a left-hand corridor you're worried about getting flanked from, you could see those flanks coming from a mile away. The other interesting part is when you are using your sidearm to fight, you can fire that flare into an opponent, and actually it will do damage to them and cause a burning effect if it hits them directly. You could already see that this champion, despite having a scope sniper, has a high skill cap because the amount of decisions you can make when to use your flare, when to switch into your sidearm, or when to stay in your pistol, when to scope, when to unscope, and risk not hitting the shot versus just cleaning up a kill a lot faster and retreating to safety. All of these things are already very, very high level skill elements that are going to require master players to take advantage of fully. So when you're not pressing Q to switch your weapons, what else could you be doing, Raynday? How about going into stealth? Oh baby, another stealth champion. We know how good the other one is. I know you guys might be mad, especially the Sky main, saying, you just buffed Sky, why are you going to put out another another invisible champion to take away the limelight from all of her personality. Strix is a fighter, but he's also a man. Nobody can take away from Sky's personality. And if you haven't seen Sky's buffs yet, go read the patch notes or check out the VOD. It's going to be sick. I can't wait to put some gameplay out for her. But of course, the main story here is the stealth for Strix. He is a guy that is going to need it, to be honest. I've playtested this guy, and the stealth is a necessary evil for this sniper. Being able to be mobile, using the right position, and of course remember that as he uses this stealth, it is actually working as a bar, kind of like Drogo's booster. His stealth bar will be consumed the longer you stay in stealth, and firing any weapon will take you out of stealth. So the choice is yours. How long do you stay stealth? Do you stealth a little bit across one path and then unstealth to save some booster for when you know you're going to need it, but reveal yourself for those few moments where maybe someone could spot you? Do you hide in a corner and hope your booster doesn't run out before the Makoa stops searching for where you went? Or do you try and finish him off with a quick scope shot and then switch to your pistol and try and hit a few rounds? Yes, a lot of decisions to be made, but either way, you've got stealth to your advantage, and obviously that is a good game mechanic that should help to save your life in a lot of situations. Plus, this is kind of unprecedented, right? Stealth on a sniper, definitely not a part of our game. It's kind of something that I wouldn't even consider before this idea was presented up, and like, yo, we're gonna make a stealth sniper. He is gonna be a sniper and be stealth. And everyone was like, okay, but you're making a sniper and stealth? But the stealth and also the sniper? I can't wait for this thing to play out. Seriously though, Strix is a very fun champion and always trying to push the mold, always trying to add something new. And of course, there's always Illuminate, right? That thing is actually kind of OP on stealth characters, but everyone thinks it's a meme because Sky's been so bad. Actually will be valuable here, so make sure you start including that in some items if you think Strix is giving you too much trouble in the realm. Now, this guy brings stealth to a sniper. He brings a weapon swap. He brings a semi-automatic pistol and a bolt action sniper. All of these things that are new implementations to Paladins. So of course his ultimate has to add another new thing as well, and that's a new CC. It's the Flashbang. All my CSGO players, you know what I'm talking about. The Flashbang is here to stay. And for those who don't know what a Flashbang is, let me at least show you on screen and talk to you a little about what it does. Flashbang is a unique form of CC that affects your vision and your sound, essentially muffling the noise direction and knowing what's happening and also not being able to see anything. You could still move, you could still fight, but your senses are disoriented as a result of the blinding light that shows up on your screen when you're in the radius of impact of this ultimate. For a sniper like Strix, this gives him a much needed window to get away, but also can help confuse targets to maybe run into a line of sight for Strix and end up getting headshot by him perching in the corner. From what I understand, this flashbang will last for 3 seconds and also will have less of an impact on you depending on how far away you are from the initial detonation point. Meaning if I throw the flashbang on your forehead, you get in flashbang for 3 seconds, full duration, full effect. But if you're kind of far away, you see a little bit of it, you'll probably have a lesser effect. Maybe it won't last as long, or maybe the effects won't be as drastic. Now what's interesting is that although Strix is a damage champion, this ultimate contributes no damage to the fight. At least it doesn't do it directly. Obviously, forcing someone into a bad spot or blindly walking into your enemy team is a good sign, and that will incur more damage onto them, but it's not actually hurting anybody. Strix is essentially getting twice the weapon as any champion in the game, and he's getting stealth and a lot of range and close-up play as well. I guess this flashbang is maybe just a countermeasure to allow Strix to contribute to the fight, but not have a dragon punch that would probably make his kit a little bit bloated if he doesn't have a lot already. I think Strix will be able to be dealt with on a casual perspective. He may be difficult, but flankers will be able to deal with this guy, as up front in a pistol duel, despite Strix maybe having the advantage at range, even with his sidearm, will most likely not be able to beat out an Androxus or even a Sky after these changes who gets up close. He doesn't have the health pool of a Buck and will be vulnerable to flanks. And remember, like most snipers, he can't stand on the point and stay alive. Despite that stealth, any shot he takes will remove him from the stealth, and so it's not like he's going to be running around invisible and immune like Saris can, defending an objective and being critical to overtime situations. I do think, however, that in the right hands, especially at a high level from an esports perspective, he is going to be fantastic. I think a lot of players who love the sniper role, especially like Hecate in Nocturne's gaming in Latin America, are going to love this champion's playstyle and love the opportunities that he presents that aren't usually available to the sniper class. Now, esports has bans in place in Paladins at the moment, so if they don't want to play against Strix, they can ban him out every game. But truly, snipers have always been niche. Yeah, on Timber Mill, Frozen Guard, they can do their thing. Kinessa's been a mainstay there. But in other maps and other team comps, they've kind of been left out to dry. I think Strix is the one champion because of his unique stealth abilities and the weapon swap, and I think just the general feel that will maybe give snipers a bit more of a chance here in the realm to impact more casual games and be less map dependent. Taking a quick look at his legendaries, he's got some cool options as well. If he goes into the stealth legendary Nocturnal, he's actually going to be able to consume his stealth 50% slower, so you're going to get a lot more bang for your buck in terms of that bar. Also, he's got a legendary that allows his weapon shots made in stealth to deal 15% more damage. So 15% of that 1300, you're going to be at a very good spot here and bringing somebody's TTK down quite dramatically. Last one, Crack Shot, is going to allow his sidearm, like I mentioned before, to deal 20% more damage to targets that your sniper is hit within 4 seconds. So that's plenty of time for you to shoot someone and have that flank jump onto you or use some dashes to close the distance and then be able to have that 20% extra damage boon when you switch to your sidearm. Strix is a blend of old and new, bringing elements like flashbangs and flares into Paladins and the current state of the game, while also introducing mechanics that are kind of revolutionary in terms of our game, including stealth and snipers in the same conversation, heck alone in the same character. Now, no one knows how Strix is going to work out in live. A lot of people are hesitant about his kit, and if you are, let me know in the comment section below. But a lot of people, and including myself, feel very, very confident that this is a great step for Paladins to take. I love new champions, new things, and new elements. That's what keeps me playing games, especially games like Smite and like Paladins that continually update themselves. I want something new and fresh, and I think Strix brings that more so than any champion I've seen in a long time. Hey, and at least he doesn't have CC immunity, damage immunity, and auto aim in any of his kit, so that's good news. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Strix, guys. And if you want to support the channel, just subscribe. Stay tuned to my videos. Hit the notification bell if you want to see more Raynday gaming. Let me know your thoughts about Strix in the comment section below. You excited? You scared? You pee your pants? I don't know. Let me know what you guys are feeling. And of course, I'll be here to answer as many of them as I can. As always, remember to never give up, never stop gaming, and I'll see you all in the realm.